You're a monster.
Unorthodox, crazy, misunderstood, uncoachable, artist. He's been called a lot of names, but one stands out. From the streets of Oworoshoki to performing alongside multiple celebrities while being a multi-sport athlete, there's a reason why he's referred to as the energy god.
Yes, sir. Energy. You know, one thing that stood out with that
Welcome,
kid is effort.
Hermes Iyele.
Hey, what's happening?
Mr. Man.
What is happening? Hey, Baba, we don't miss you for Adigo. Like, we've missed you a whole lot, man. But then
Oh
again,
my
man,
God.
kudos to what you're doing over there, man. Big shout out, man. Big shout out.
See your face.
What you do my face, Baba?
I'm crying.
What you do my face?
You have me emotional, brother. You have me emotional, man.
Don't
miss
even
my dad.
talk about that, man. Don't even talk about that, man.
Don't miss my God.
What's good?
I'm chilling.
What's good?
Trying to, just work, and get the best out of the situation right now.
Hey, always is the good call, man. Work is always the best call. Always.
Yeah. And let me not keep you waiting. Let's get this done with.
Let's get on this thing. I get game set to run to afterwards.
Yeah, I saw your stuff. I saw your stuff. How you be able to keep up with flag, art, basketball? In fact, it's
Bro.
something I'm going to ask about it definitely because it's crazy. The kind of work you put in on different kind of stuff, and it's insane. It's insane.
Man, it's a lot. It's basically me, I really do believe in the human experience, right? How it is that we are multi-dimensional beings, right? And everything is interconnected. Now, to put that into like situational illustration, right? My life, like you just said, football, art, basketball, what is it again? Community organizing, and all the things that I do as an individual are all interconnected. There's skills that are applicable or inter-applicable in regards to these things. So I'll explain even further. Dancing helps me a whole lot with footwork in basketball, also football. And from dancing, the kind of dance that I do, you have to be so confident. You have to know exactly what it is. You have to put in so much work to develop an idea up until a point where it's relatable to any or a number of other humans that might experience it. That's a lot of work. And that same work is applicable to acquiring skill in sport. That's basketball, football, anything. I'm quite the sportsman. I'm sure there are other sports I'll do quite well that I haven't tried yet. But I mean, again, the one thing that I do believe in is hard work. Talent is a great thing. Yes, it gives you the edge, it gives you the boost. It puts you out there more than the people who might not have talent. But then again, I do for a fact believe that hard work beats talent every day.
Right.
And that's basically my narrative.
Right.
Basically my narrative.
Right. So let me start off and give you a proper introduction. For people that don't know, people don't know, this is the energy god himself.
Hey, what you talking about? They
don't know. You got to tell them.
Hey,
put them right.
We are here, man. We are here.
How on earth do you have the kind of energy or showcase the kind of energy every time? Every freaking time, be it on the basketball court, be it when you're performing.
Yo.
First, let us get that out of you. How do you energy come out? On a serious note.
My energy, right? I think it's just pain in transition, man. I think it's a lot of pain in transition. Put to positive use. Pain put to positive use because I really do believe that my reality in regards to the energy I have to give is It's so much work in regards to the pain I've had to endure as an individual. I mean, with the kind of life that I was born into. I'll explain. So I am the typical poor boy in Lagos, Nigeria. Typical. Like I stay in the slum. I'm not expected to amount to much, even if I'm gonna do anything in life.
Yeah.
There's so much obstacle I have to overcome to get to anywhere in life because the normal around my community is entitlement. You know, people just being entitled to whatever it is that this reality can provide us. And we're supposed to settle for that and be fine with that, be contented with that. I said no, even though I was dealt life in this, on this plane or within this situation, I won't take it as what it is. So I noticed that a lot of people like to listen to people who have an accent here. Guess what I did? I went and got an accent. I learned, started paraphrasing. I watched films. I started doing sentences like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Mm-hmm.
And then my brother, my very own brother, the same person I stay at home with, will be
Yeah.
like, "Bro, you're sounding very fake. That's not Nigerian, you know." But then again, I knew for a fact that people who sounded like this, right, grew up in environments where everyone spoke like that. And then due to evolution and growth, they'll just pick it up as a skill, a life skill. It means any human being, if work is put into it, can actually get the skill. And I kept going. A lot of people came for me, you know, like, you're not sounding, it's not very correct, you know, it's like, this your accent is speaking kind of. But I didn't stop. The same thing, you know, it's a lot of pain that I had to go through. Basketball, trying to learn basketball. I'm sure you're familiar with Dele, the guy that trained
Yeah.
Charles.
Yeah.
So this story has never been out there, right? The first time throughout my secondary school, I knew I had so much love for basketball, the game of basketball, but there was no opportunity to try or to play or to be coached or to even have a ball. There was no basketball court I could even see, but I used to see it in movies. I see it in a lot of places, and I knew I just wanted to play basketball, you know, basketball, and all that. So I was done with secondary school, or I mean, dropped out of secondary school, and then I had to. So I had to. I knew I wanted to chase basketball, so I went to this coach who stayed in the community Oworoshoki, where the only coach that trained boys in Oworoshoki, then Charles, Lakon, and a bunch of basketball brothers that I have now. I got there. I'd been around the basketball court for a while, so I'd seen this time. And now we just moved to Worship, so it was basketball court there. So I used to go there frequently, just watch all these bros and play trouble back inside the court. Yes, the jubilant and whatnot. Then I saw this guy. He was always coaching this set of young boys. I went there. I just made up my mind that I'm going to ask this guy, because I asked around first. They were like, "You're going to have to get a form. You're going to have to fill it, pay some money, and then start to train and all of that." So I was prepared. I was like, "Okay, I'm going to go there and ask this guy, this coach, what does it cost? You know, I really want to play this sport and whatnot." So I got there. I sat down. He was talking to the boys. He noticed me, a face, a non-familiar face. He pointed at me. "You, who are you?" He didn't even ask me what I wanted. He was like, "Get out." Bro, immediately. He was like, "You, who are you? What do you want? Get out." I was like, But I'm just trying to join. Immediately, I just felt bad. And at that point in time, I wasn't this energy god guy. I was so shy guy. I just walked out. I just walked out. But I made a promise to myself that day. I said, "This guy, I'm going to be so good, I'll beat everybody on your team. And you won't even train me." And that was it. Every day I found the money. I used to go to do car wash, bro. Like, I'll wash bikes, wash napep, wash buses to get money. I gathered that buck the fuck up. Went to get a ball, got some shoes, Okrika, Yaba. I started training, man. Sometimes, you know, and a lot of times the guys that helped out were you, big dog, you. Who else? I can't even exactly. Those times when we say, "Okay, come on, they train, more just show up, more like get some knowledge from these bros," because you is badass, bro. You goddamn, man. A lot of us look up to you, bro. Like, no jokes, man. No jokes, man. And so much what you've done for the sport. I mean, if people don't say this enough, I'm gonna just let it out here, man. You and OG, man, earn, not OG because of respect, earn, man, earn respect all day, every day, man. So I started picking up the skill just of asking people like, what is this call, or calls being made on the court, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so you can't do that. You can't take 3 steps. You can't do this. You can't hold the ball like this. You know, I started to learn, and I started to play it, and I could already jump. So people wanted me to catch rebounds. So that was how I got into the game. And every time, that guy, they catch the ball, they catch the ball. And that was it. Before you knew it, oh, now you on the dribble. Oh, now bad guy, that guy, that bad guy. And all of that. But it's again, even within the story, it was pain. The pain of not being able to be a part of that team that informed the inspiration I needed to go and get the skill I needed. Regardless, if this guy is not going to train me, I'm going to go do it myself. The same thing with the accent I had to get. I saw people, just gravitating towards this particular accent, this thing that they call British accent. Hello. And like a lot of people like this, and I can actually get it. Why not just get it?
I feel you.
Why not? Why not?
You touched on what I was about to ask next about your orthodox style of play. When people see you play all the time, and you're like, waiting this guy to do? Waiting this guy?
I just get to be play like this.
Like, remember, there are sometimes when we'll be on the same team. In fact, I'm going to let you know. Sometimes when they're about to pick, and we're looking at the guys on the squad to add to our team, I'm like, okay, Hermes there. Who can Hermes play with and be himself? Who is not going to limit the way he's going to play?
There are OG things again.
And they look like forget. If Hermes is on my team, he go play.
Regardless of what always.
Going and playing the game the way you have talked about now, did it also influence you in a way that, okay, this is my style, this is how I can do this stuff, this is how I will make it this is the way I'm going to express myself on the basketball court? How much did that influence you?
Bruh, man, how do I say this? So like you said, right, unorthodox is my style. The only reason why I wanted to play organized basketball was because I saw the potential just watching you play. Like, I saw the potential of me actually playing organized basketball from watching you play live. So it's a lot of, and it's something you also told us, right? That informs my style of play as well. You said, don't throw away anything, not the past, not past skill, because now you're learning this new skill. It feels like the only thing that exists, right? But you have a bag. Do not forget about that bag. It sounds old. It's OG now. It looks like it's not going to work. But at some point, that was all you had, and you had to play with it. Yep. And you worked. You put in bucket and all of that. So it's important, right? So this new skill that you're getting now, okay, you're learning to do the spin turn, or you're learning to do the fade away, or you're learning to do that. It might seem like the most important thing in the moment, but do not forget that there are lots of things, lots of ways you were playing that worked. You see, not forgetting is adding to the bag. And that was everything for me. It just told me that same guy, the way you started, you were making bucket somehow, some way. It worked. Not throw it away. Just get more organized, get more skill, and apply that shit. But do not throw away the ones that used to work because they seem old. Because if it works, it works. That's the truth.
A lot of people are trying to evolve to the new style of the game. I was playing a few weeks ago with a few guys, and now it's not just in Nigeria, it's everywhere. Everybody wants to be the guy that launches up the 3-point shots, not realizing that not everybody will do that every time down the field. Not everyone will do that, but yeah, that's how the game has changed. Let's talk about your family background. Your bond with your family. You are really cool with your brother and your sister. The first day I saw your brother, I was like, what with this guy? Why this guy look like everything, every single thing, mannerisms, everything. You guys are so identical. I'm like, okay, this is cool to see. This is cool to see. Give me an insight about your relationship with your family.
So So my relationship with family is built on my relationship with my dad. My dad raised us. Mom upped and left after things got a bit difficult for my dad when we were quite young, like really, really young. I don't even remember any of it, to be honest. Just the stories and bits and pieces that I can piece together right now. But my dad, he taught us something. Love really is freedom. Um, Freedom to allow one to be whatever they choose to be, because I do believe now, I've learned to believe that if you love someone, you have to love them enough to be themselves, to tell you who they are, what they're evolving into the time, not to want to own them and direct their narrative as the word preaches love to be, to own, to marry this person, you are for me and for you, you're not for me. And all of that. But that's just love relationship, and I cannot be so correct. I'm just one person. This is just my opinion to those things, right? But this is not what I've learned love to be. It's my dad, the way he raised us, right? He just made available as much resources as he did in regards to growing a child. He did not tell through shining, like being, allowing us to see what we want to emulate and what we would rather not emulate. He did not force anything on us. And he within that grounds was how we were staying in uncompleted buildings in Medina Estates. But then again, we had friends, rich friends, who would come to our place, this uncompleted building. And we're not the only tenants at this, occupants at this uncompleted building. Now, we had friends in these uncompleted buildings, but these rich guys, the friends that we had from rich homes, right, would come to our place, sit down, play PS2 in our house that has this open window, blocks, not even plastered and everything. And they felt comfortable. And I feel like this was because of the way that my dad raised us. It was just explicit. It was just, you can be anything, regardless of where you're coming from. He never regarded us. He never talked to us like we were less or more.
Yeah.
Just that we were human beings. And this was how we applied our reality to each other, supporting each other with as much as we could, and it's just a beautiful thing to see how far we've come, because there's so much love. And it's just off of the template that freedom to be and to not expect someone to be you, or to expect yourself from someone, to ask them what they are at the time and to comprehend what they tell you and to apply yourself to that, not to wish that they are something else. And then this has helped us a great deal to just, be ourselves, and then within that capacity to also encourage everyone else to be themselves and to try to understand that, not to wish they were also to that they understand things the way we understand them. I mean, to digress a bit, I think this is also my problematic with the Christendom, because it's just, we're holy and then everyone else is a sinner. That's just judgmental. And even when Christ was asked, like, what is, today is Sunday, so let's just get the gospel, man. When Christ was asked, what's the greatest commandment of all? He said, love your neighbor as thyself.
Yeah.
It's not love your neighbor as you understand your neighbor to be. If you love yourself enough to want what you want and to understand that only you can understand what you want, why you want them, you need to love your neighbor to allow them to do that for themselves as well. That's just my understanding of it. And this is how we've grown. Myself and family, we're so strong. We're dreaming together. We're looking forward to a future together. We have a collective idea of what we want the future to look like. We're working towards it. We're checking on each other as to where we are in time. Like I said, again, it's a whole lot from our situation that we have to, bypass. But this is our reality. We can't wish it away. We can only grow from it. And that's what we're doing. And it's a beautiful thing to see and to experience.
Makes a lot of sense. Real quick, you're breaking up. Can you turn off your video and put it on back? Let's see.
Okay. If that works. Does that work?
Yeah, I think that's a little better. See how they shake.
A little.
Yeah, they shake it.
All these Indian.
Nay.
Serious stuff, man. Serious stuff.
All right. Oworo. Let's talk about
the
hood. I remember that first time coming to play at Oworo. I was like, oh God, Like
Oh
say person
God.
go carry me come off for you because I, you
Oh
remember
yeah.
this you would definitely remember the day that there was a clash at or that we had to leave the court. You remember that day? We had to stay on the
Oh
bench for a while.
man. Bro, it was a lot. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad those days are gone though, to be honest. I'm so glad. They were not days to want at all.
It was
But right now it's practically the safest place in Lagos. Facts.
that's dope.
Based on Amotekun. Facts. Based on Amotekun.
That's dope.
But yeah. Bruh, it's been a lot, man. Growing in this community, but I absolutely would change nothing because everything that I've been through, especially this community, everything I've seen, experienced, has taught me everything, has made me who I am. It's the experience that has shaped this reality that I call mine.
Yeah.
I cannot wish it away. I'm using a lot of the experience. So one thing that I would never regret growing up in this community for is this thing that I'm learning to pattern now. So growing up in a community like mine, the slum, the ghetto, all these terms that are used to categorize our experience, our human experience, right? Has taught me that people here, right, want to grow and become rich, the oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people appreciate this experience.
Yeah.
Again, going back to what you said, like adding to the bag, not throwing away any experience. Because if you've lived through it, pain or pleasure, it is information that is valuable. But if you do not think of it like that, you can't use it. It's just like it's like having an iPhone and you don't know how to access the camera. The camera is there, you just don't know where to go to, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing with having an experience, a life experience, and not acknowledging everything that makes it whole. That's when one starts to do that. When I started to do that, was when people started to relate to me as real, this and that. Because I do not think my experience is worse or less than any other. It's just mine. Some people were born with, which is, oh well, thank God, bless you, my dear. With all the resources that you have, I don't have it, and I have to accept this fact to grow from this into whatever it is that I desire for the future. I cannot stay in my future head and wish that I was
Right.
something. It will never happen.
Right.
And this is what I've learned from this community. And then the most valuable thing that this community has helped me with is growing up here. You have to learn everything. Like I said, I saw that people liked an accent, felt more using an accent and all of that. So you have to understand to even live in this community. Like you said, every once in a while there's violence, and you need to know how to pattern that because this is where you stay. You can't wish it away. So you need to know how all the bros, all the guys that are, valuable towards keeping your peace in that sense. You have to learn how to pattern a way to live within that reality. And that's what I've learned. Also, because of the desired state of wealth and riches, you have to also understand how the people who are over there all the way up to the top think and relate, where they meet, how they dress. So you see, you have an access to the entire human experience from coming from here. You're very close to the underground. You're so desirable, like your desire for the future, that is wealth, and then every other thing that you are not right now is so strong that you have to learn how to be in that state whilst being here. So again, like you said, this same thing about not throwing away the bag. If you do not wish to be in the future so much so that you forget everything in the past, you're going to have the entire human experience, like living 10,000 lives in one experience, in one lifetime. And it informs so much. What this does is, what I'm also learning from this is that a lot of people who grow up in stable, wealthy background are scared, legit scared of my reality, the place that I grew up in, I go through day in and day out. I've gained so much respect, and they're scared of it. They don't know how to get into that space. But you see me, I navigate this space. I go to the other space, I navigate it. The in between, I navigate
anybody,
it.
Papa.
Like nobody, Papa. Like I'm just, and this is a full life experience. People would like to tag me as poor or whatever, but the experiences that I enjoy, the life experiences that I enjoy, a lot of people cannot even dare to be in these spaces. But then again, I navigate them due to where I've come from and all the things I've had to learn and not forget from where I've come from. And I think this is the most valuable thing that I will take from growing up here. And I will never, wish it away. I will never wish that I cannot come back here, because I see a lot of people wishing, and then even leaving this reality that once they make it, get a house in Lekki, never look back to this shredded community.
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting that everything that you've learned was as a function of the pain that you've endured here. And you now know, based on pain, has now taught you that, oh, I don't want to experience this pain. So I gotta go hustle. I gotta get money, buy food, And this is just information. And if this information was gotten here, it means that this place, this place is strong. So I'm not wishing it away, or trying to go too fast out of it. It's just what it is.
I remember coming down to Oworoshoki often. That was when we couldn't have any other court to play. That was right after the pandemic started opening up and all that. And funny enough, I got used to coming there at some point. You remember there was a night that we were walking back from the court, and then carrying the fine keke for me and all that. But I actually wanted to walk. Like, I wanted to enjoy being in that environment, even no matter how bad it was.
Bruh, COVID, man, the luxury community.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see how things have changed now, like you said, with security and all that. But it's still the experience that we had at that point that we hold so dear.
Oh no, it's so safe now. It's so safe, man.
It's crazy, man. No.
So Giant of Africa came, Masai Ujiri,
yeah, I saw that.
The current manager. Yeah, they fixed up our court, bro. So we have Fiber Realm by Weba, the Nigerian.
Weba is just making waves, guy.
Bro, no, I'm so proud of what he's doing, man. He played the sport.
Proud, man.
He played the sport just like you as well, man. You played the sport. You saw something that was missing. Not all of us are gonna play the sport, but everybody will contribute. It's just like this guy, what this guy does with ball don't stop,
Yeah.
Not everybody will play the sport, He played the sport, saw that there was a need for someone to pick up their skill and then do something. In regards, making the kind of rims, because Nigerians are strong. Some kind of rims that you import, once you hang on it 2 times, it's broken. He saw that problem and he knew they had to, fix it. And he's doing that and he's making so much weight from it. Thank God, he solved the problem and now he's ripping off of it. Ain't nobody got problem with that, Do that. Everybody encourages that, It's something that everybody wishes they could do. Anyways, and that's what you're doing as well with this podcast, putting basketball out there, putting the lifestyle, the individuals, the athletes. We don't have that here, and that's the problem. You saw you're fixing it at this level, man. Growth, man. I wish on you, bro. Growth, because if you grow, when you grow, it's growth for everyone as well. It's more spotlight on the athletes here. Who knows who's going to see it from your platform, and that's just what it is. That said, it's just, I can't even remember. I think you asked the question. I just picked up and digressed as far as this, and I can remember we're back.
No worries, Jai. I was going to get back into basketball a little. The level at which you are right now playing basketball, I know you really wanted to play in the league, in Nigerian league, although we have plenty matters going on there. Now, what do you think, or how do you think you can improve as a player at this moment to say, okay, this team is going to look at me and say they want me? Do you think at this point you need to do anything extraordinary for a team to say, forget see that guy get unorthodox style, we need him for this team? What is that thing? Or do you even think it is necessary?
No, I necessary. I don't know what that means for me right now, but yes, I would absolutely love to play organized basketball, to be in a team. And to do that, I don't think there's skill outside of a team that I need to get, because as an individual, I think I do exceptionally well. Defense, offense. I'm a good slasher. I put in good bucket. I'm also a great passer. I play the sport quite intelligently, but the one thing that I know I don't have is the skill, the IQ to play organized basketball. So if there's anything I need to do to actually play organized basketball, first off, I need to take off all of this. And it always feels like a lot, bro. Like it always feels like a lot to take away the rings and everything. But I mean, I'm getting to a point where I'm already willing to do that, because I see myself playing basketball, man, for real. Like I really want to do it, even though I have other skill in life or career that are quite projected. I really want to play basketball at the highest level, wherever I can get from it. But the other thing that I know that I need to get is to train with a team, get that team synergy, like get plays, run plays, be disciplined to coach, being coachable and all of that, because the thing that about myself that I know that I might struggle with a bit from my background as to training and learning the skill that I have playing the sport, right, is that I did it alone. I coached myself, got coached by random folks, yourself, Michael, Joseph, my peers as well. So it's just a lot of skill from everywhere. And now to have someone who's putting that and saying, okay, go in now, don't go in now. This is why I'm putting you in, and to get all of these reasons and to start to pattern them for myself and to grow in that phase. I think I'll actually have to play organized basketball to know what it means to play organized basketball, and I haven't exactly done that. So that's the one thing I know I don't have. I'm
going to say this, and I hope a lot of coaches will listen, because most of the time we fail to see the gem in the rough. And like I said, when we're playing pickups and sets, a lot of people will look at, okay, Hermes no go hear me. Hermes is always going to do what he needs to do or he wants to do. But they do not understand the other things that you bring with the package. And that is why I feel you have not played in any of the teams right now, because they look at you like, this guy know the list. This guy is unorthodox, also. So how is he going to fit? Sometimes they don't need you to fit, or most times they don't need you to fit in.
I actually don't think anybody would need me to fit into nothing.
They don't need
like I stand out every time. Like I do the work.
Let him go. It's just like Russell Westbrook. They want him to do this. They want him to do that. Let the man go. Let him just play. Yeah, there will always be stretches in the game. This is something I've noticed about basketball. There will always be stretches in the game where you need a player to just exhibit his own style of play. And these stretches will come in every quarter. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. By the time you add everything up, you will notice that this guy is playing 18 minutes a game on an organized squad. You say organized.
Organized.
So,
organized. But I think this is what makes one great, or any of the greats. It's individual excellence.
True.
Kobe, Michael Jordan, Kyrie. These are skills that are picked up on individual level that cannot be comprehended by anyone because you can't understand it. And that's what makes anyone great. So to dismiss individual discipline or to dismiss it and then tag it as uncoachable, I think is just dumb and total disregard for talent. All the greats, Jordan, he wanted the basket more than everybody in the team put together, plus coach, plus owner, plus manager. And that's why he's going to get up, stay like 2 more seconds, if that's what's needed, to put that ball in the rack, stay disciplined enough to manage the tension on the arm, keep the eye on the bucket, all of that. And these are things to be looked out for, not to be dismissed as, this is not the way the game is right now, or this is not the way the game is played. And I think that's what makes a great coach or a great talent scout, or is to identify this uniqueness.
Right.
And to be able to exploit it for the best of the team.
Right. Speaking of Jordan, you walk exactly like him. You move exactly like him.
Bro, I play like that. They call me Jordan on the court, bro. It's like, and I never, would you believe that I never saw, because I never really watched Jordan. Like I know everybody shouts Jordan the GOAT, but the only tapes I was privileged to be able to watch were the new, the LeBron James, Kyrie, Corey, Westbrook. I never really saw tapes. When I started to see tapes of Jordan, I started to understand why people just call me Jordan. Bro, all that up and under, all that thing. Right. And it was good to see, to realize that even though this skill were brought up outside of this other lookalike, right? It's so much similarity as to, and I feel like it's the same thing. It's just desire and an explicit will, bro. It's like divine will. Right. Like you just want something so bad, you're gonna get it at whatever it costs, and you don't even know what it is per time. And that's why I play the way I play. I jump up sometimes. I think I'm gonna shoot the ball right there. and then some motherfucker comes with a block. I still want to make that basket. So I have to stay in the air, wait for that nigga to just pass and then throw it up again. And stay disciplined enough to want to make that basket and make sure. And that's
And
why
none of
sometimes
us.
falls in. And everybody's like, what is this? What did this guy just like? What? It's like, no, let's just keep playing. Like, there's no way. It's just the willingness to stay ready to do whatever is compulsory or necessary for time. And these things will change for time. And that's all I have. That's the energy. That's what they call the energy God. It's just a sheer will to pull in the work. Put in the work, to learn an accent, to dance, even though everybody's telling you dance is not worth it, to play basketball, carry basketball around the community where everybody's trying to be a banker and then everybody's telling you don't have a life, and to understand what that is. It's just that sheer will to do whatever the fuck I want and to get the best out of it. Sheer will, man.
Let's talk about your life as an artist, man. You've been able to grow yourself to the level where people recognize you as one of the best contemporary dance artists. In fact, I will not say one of the best content. I'm not putting you in that box. One of the best artists to come out and showcase his or her talent on different numerous stages. Now, what has the experience been like, being able to be in front of people and perform something that you so dearly love and you've crafted so well for yourself?
Again, multi-dimensional. Everything is interconnected. The skill, the discipline, working out, looking at what I do, being able to model and to dance, putting in work to learn, dance skill and football and all of these things. Everything. Discipline is just discipline. It can be applied to anything. Being physically fit, learning skill as a sportman, being a better partner, being a better brother. Discipline is discipline. Once you have discipline, you can go wherever with it. You can apply it to anything, and growth will be assured. As an artist, I've had to, again, where I'm coming from, nothing at all. Like, nothing was handed to me. I've had to prove every time. There's so much to prove that I can do this, because people do not look at communities like mine and people that come out of it as being able to do anything worthwhile. So even when you're doing something worthwhile, it's disregarded as worthwhile until consistency comes and then says, oh no, it's not just a fluke. I'm actually doing this and I'm going to keep doing it and I'm going to grow doing it, and then all of this proving and proving and proving. So when people tell me that I've grown and I'm everywhere, and I mean I'm everywhere. As an artist, my work is currently in New York, in like 3 different places in New York. My work is currently being shown in Netherlands. That's Rotterdam.
Yeah.
I have artists grounding in the UK. And guess what? I'm still here in the hood, though, guy.
Wait first, let me get your flowers. Where are the flowers? We need to toss these flowers out for you
But
now.
the thing, again, I am still very much still struggling financially, even with all of this reality. So you see, again, multi-dimensional, because some people, off of just one of the things that I am, will ride on it and will grow and will just go, And yet I have all of these things at this level, and yet I am still struggling at the level. Again, like I said, people like to diminish the effort of people who come from the place that I come from, but that's fine. That's the reality of my experience, because I still come from the place that I come from. And since people who come from the place that I come from are related to, I cannot wish to be different based on, okay, now that I'm able to do all of these things, I still have a lot to prove. And at some point in my life, I know that this won't be the case, or I hope. But until then, I have to love this version of me so much so that I don't think my future version is better than this guy, or my past version was worse than this guy. Every part of me was exactly as perfect as I needed to be in that moment in time. And it was what informed a need for a better version. Whatever version I was what informed the need for a better version, or whatever I saw as a better version of myself. And this is what I constantly apply to my art. And this is what art basically means. The work of an artist is to project their times. to speak about their times. And the most truthful artists are the ones that say the truth, however painful or hard or not spoken about it is to say. And that's what they say when I see when people say I'm real. This is what they ascribe to, because I've accepted my reality as what it is, and I'm not wishing it away. I'm saying this is what it is. I don't have money, but it's fine. I will find a way, because I've always found a way. Coming, and if you can help, help. But if you don't want to help based on that, it's fine. I will be fine. I have to trust myself enough to do the work and be fine. Needing nothing, not wanting to be anything, to be rich or to be poor, just accepting whatever it is I can give myself, and my community can afford me for time. And this is what has inspired my art to be a nudist and to put it out there, to not want to wear clothes most of the times, and to just do that. To want to dance the way that I dance, because even the way that I dance again is unorthodox.
So
It's a lot of dance styles put together, contemporary art. Contemporary is like doing whatever it is, drawing in time, with time. That's what contemporary means, So that's the past, the present, the future, fused all in one. To experience that, and this is me when I dance. Like, I'm using the skill from the past. I'm projecting my current emotional situation, and then I'm using a desired state, whatever it is I'm trying to project, that's in my head that nobody else can see. But from watching me perform, we'll be able to phantom or have a perspective towards, It's like living in the past, present, and future, and helping people to do the same just by, performing. And this is what my art is. And this is what my life is. Basically, it's just like one thing in everything. One guy. It's beautiful.
that's dope. I was watching your latest piece with African Artist Foundation, the Flower Boy.
Hey, the flower.
I just sat down and I was trying to like embrace everything you were showcasing in regards to masculinity and how we portray ourselves. And I want you to give a breakdown about your package in the Flower Boy episode and what you guys are trying to build with African Artist Foundation.
So I am currently an artist in residency at AAF, African Artist Foundation. And the exhibition came to AAF. And then I met the curator, and he told me the story, and it was one that I absolutely relate with. So, again, growing up in the community that I grew up in, looking like there's certain piercings here and everywhere else, see those huge earrings.
We don't tire.
These things are not accepted here. These things are not accepted here. So that experience, even though I'm not gay, right? I'm very straight, but I relate. I like my ass like mad. I do like my ass. But then again, I relate to the story of wanting to be different and then being told constantly that you can't be by society that wants you to be everything like them. And the pain that you have to go through to be yourself. You feel yourself. But then again, whatever you feel is not encouraged. It's not even expected. As a matter of fact, it is rejected. So you face real, very real opposition in wanting to be everything that you are. I relate to that. Pretty much. And of recent, I've had to be very much in touch with my femininity, because I don't think anybody is one thing. Even Eve, by the Bible, was curved from Adam. It means Adam had femininity in him. In my own understanding, it means he was inside. Now, this need to be masculine as defined by society, I think is very unreal. Because as a human experience, as a man human experience, I've cried, I've had time, I've trembled, I've been shy. I've experienced these emotions. So as much as I want to wish them away, it is a part of my reality that I feel this emotion. And they are not categorized under masculinity. But I have felt them. Does that make me a female? No. It makes me who I am. Human. And I cannot throw that away. again, I've experienced through life everything that a female is when they I've learned it, but the need or that skill, I will not apply it because I feel like any man that looks like a woman, people hate them and don't want to relate with them. So that fear of being judged and segregated and excluded in society, that fear of that is what toxic masculinity, and you cannot blame people for that. In all honesty, because it's human to want to feel safe. It's tough. Having experienced it, to want to be different is tough. It's a lot of proving that you're still human that you have to do to this general public before you even are accepted. Because I'm experiencing acceptance now towards my reality after so much strife, so much rejection over time. I'm starting to experience some, even within my community, people are starting to understand that even though it looks like this, it's all work. Because, a recent video also on my Instagram was when I, Red Bull are making I'm not supposed to give that information anyways. There's a documentary being made on dance and contemporary art and the importance of it that features a wide range of very important people, also Afrobeats musicians as well, in that narrative. And I was included in that narrative, and it came to catalog my experience in this community again, just because I've accepted that level that I have, it made that possible. So there's no perfection. There's only reality. Reality is perfect. Once you accept your reality, how unique one individual is that no two people share your space in time the entirety of your life. No two people. The reason why you believe in the things that you believe, the reason why you chose the things that you chose, the discipline level that you have, no two people will ever share that experience. The time that you were alive, at the time that you were somewhere, this you stood on, the things you heard, the ones you paid attention to, the ones you threw away. No two people would ever, because that time, once it's passed, this thing that I just said now, it's gone. It'll never come back again. So the only ever thing we have is now. When we get to the future that we desire, if you're so locked in the future, when you get there, you'll be so locked in the next future that you won't even know that you've reached a milestone. So when do we become grateful? So I had to redefine my perfection as now. Whatever I can experience now is perfect. Because if I stay fixated on a future version of perfection, when I get there, I won't even recognize it because I'll be fixated in another future definition of perfection. So I had to redefine perfection as reality. What is my reality now? It has to be perfect. However tough, pain infused, whatever pleasure I'm available or I'm made available to, has to be perfect, and I have to enjoy it because the human experience, laughter is laughter. When rich man laugh after I see 1 million, and when poor man laugh after I see 10K a lot, you see that joy cannot be quantified. It's the same joy.
True.
It's just the money that can be quantified. It's the same joy.
Very true.
And that's just my reality as an artist, as a human. This is how I apply myself to everything.
Very true.
To everything.
And I really appreciate you bringing that out. A lot of people will look at the way we engage with others and our relationship with most people, and they look at it like we are faking a lot of emotions. Like there are times where when we chill together and we are talking to someone that we don't even know. We don't know this guy from Adam. But the kind of relationship we grow by just talking to the person for a few minutes, people will look at it like, this is fake, these guys are forming it. Not knowing that we are genuinely like that. Regardless of who it is, regardless of the place that this person comes from, regardless of what kind of trauma this person is going through, or what kind of experience this person has had. They feel like for these guys to be going around and chilling with this person,
genuinely ourselves, like
it's crazy.
Oh God,
it's crazy. Which brings me to even talk about your engagement with audiences off and on the court is remarkable, and this goes to even push the narrative of you being the energy god. People are drawn to you, like even if they don't like you for the first time they see you, like when you're coming, they don't like you. the minute you just showcase who you are, people are drawn to you naturally. Now, how do you like embrace everything that comes with those engagements and being that you can just
Um,
be yourself amongst regardless of who they are?
so for that one, that's such a broad question. It's a lot of answers, man. It's a lot of, but the most basic thing is I am more spiritual than anything else
Okay.
that I have to put out there. So again, this is just basically what Jesus said when he said, "Love thy neighbor as yourself." Again, another scripture that helps my reality or that helps to define my reality is to shine your light. Again, what I said in the beginning, love being freedom, shine your light so that the people of the world will see and glorify, either emulate your light or want to be like your light. But light is so contagious. Once you see it, you would want it. So me being myself is not wanting to prove to anyone. Is now understanding that the only way you can even prove to anyone is to just be yourself. If they see it, when they see it, shine your light, let people see and either emulate or disregard. It's not, see, they will do whatever they want at the end of the day. It's not your job to convince anybody. You can't even convince anybody. People will only be convinced when they want to be convinced. This I've also learned. So when I get out there, anytime I get out there, I'm addressing any topic, I'm addressing it from my point of view, and I make that clear. Like, I'm not pushing my perspective on you. I'm just telling you based off of my life experience and how truthful I am now learning to be. And truth is one thing, so contagious. I think truth is light. And truth is not light, it's not light or darkness. It's both of them combined. It's the balance between two. The truth is in my opinion, God. God is not light or darkness. God is both of them. Anybody that's read the Bible will know the wrath of God. Firstborns were taken from people. It caused pain. God, not the devil. God ran it. So God is not light or darkness. God is truth. And God is an entity. He stands for what he stands for, or she stands for. And that entity makes it clear. This is what I stand for. I will not be moved. So when you go against that, you've gone against this entity that has stated openly what the universe, God, stands for. And everybody knows this. They know when you're not being truthful. Like, somebody's annoying you. What this person is giving you is anger. You're trying to be mature and be calm and to tell this person with a smile, like, guy, no. This person needs to see the truth that you're angry. Like, you're angry about this thing so that they will not do it again. Or if they will do it, they will not do it around you. And that way you've kept your peace.
Yeah.
Just by respecting yourself enough to tell this person that they're disrespecting your space. But that is not the pleasant thing to do.
It has to be done.
It has to be done. Tell somebody to fuck off. It's not a pleasant thing to be done. And it's not the good thing to do. But it has to be done. And that's God-like. That's not being Christian. That is a God-like attribute. To tell someone to piss off, man. And this is not what is like. This is not what has been preached. You have to be good. You have to take so much. You have to be the low. No, that's not godliness. That's not. I don't even know if it's righteousness. And that's what I keep hearing. And that's not who I am. So every time I get out there, I just project myself. However unpleasant anybody wants to, I will project it as my truth. Whether you like it or not, I don't have a business with that. It's who I am. Like, am I supposed to be thinking what you want and what you don't want? I will never know that. So if I waste my time in that thought process constantly, I will never make anything out of my life, because yes, people do not even know what they want. I do not realize.
Yeah.
People are so confused. They don't even know what they want. Why would I now confuse myself with trying to be what I don't even know what people want? And people themselves do not even know what they want. Do you see what kind of limbo people throw themselves into when they try to do things to please people? Because even people they are trying to please, once you get there, they say, yeah, this one that was trying to please everybody. You don't understand. Like, it is so real. And life is just life. It's information. Everything that you see is just information. The way a woman behaves, when we watch film, when you touch a woman, yeah, when they be like, everybody has learned to like that. When a guy does this and it's calm, you know, these things are skill, and we all see it. It's just the confidence to be, to shine your light that becomes a problem sometimes. And I think everybody can do it, can do that, can be a radiant light. I think that's what heaven on earth means, when people learn to be themselves and not expect themselves from everyone else, not expect everyone to be Christian-like, or to be good, or to be bad. When you say a bad person, I've said that this is person based on this and that is bad, and I don't want to share space with this person. Make a decision. This person will find other bad people that want to share space and do bad things with them. And they are perfect, because no matter how you like or don't like person, God loves every one of us the same way. The universe is conspiring for every person the same way. Isn't that just a scary thought? Like the worst person on earth, God is still trying to make that person work. It's just what it is, and that's what God love is, and that's what it means to love. Love your neighbor as yourself. To love yourself enough to chase everything that you feel that you want within the resources that you are available to, and to love your neighbor enough to understand that this person is entitled to do exactly that wherever they are per time, when they feel like to run you streets is what makes them fine. To understand that and to now give your space, or to explain, or to tell this person you've run me street, or to just apply your reality, not to expect anybody to be like you. It's love. Love is freedom. Love is freedom.
Well said, man.
It's freedom.
Well said.
It's freedom. It's freedom, my man.
We're at the tail end of the interview. But I've got a few things. Let's talk about the dance community in Oworo and how you are able to balance everything out. I see you with all your boys, Balu. You guys, in fact, you had a showcase. Was it October?
Yeah.
And I saw you in the video. This guy, you the alert policewoman. I said, what the hell is wrong with him? What is wrong with this guy? It was cool to see that you guys still portray what we need from a community, or what we need from a person to show in a community. Okay, these things are not working out well in the country. Let us use our own platform, the way we know how to do it, to portray the issues that we have in the country. And it's been wonderful to see how you guys bring yourself together as a group and just
community organizing out. Again.
Like, it is crazy. And sometimes I'm like, what's up with? I'll see Valu's page and I'll say, okay, this is the same set of guys I see on Hermes' page, the same set of guys I see on another person's page, and you guys you keep promoting each other, putting out the kind of information I need, and it is wonderful to see. How have you guys been able to keep that bond, keep everything pushing?
So just like you said, even throughout what you just said, you've not been able to, within the community organizing structure of my reality, you've not been able to say without mentioning Value, that guy is a great guy. Bruh, like, I can't say it enough. Value is such a great guy. And within my own capacity to be a great guy, or to be an artist, and to be so in tune with my truth and to project it, this guy does absolutely the same. And he inspires me a lot. Because Naimo, he created the platform. He's such a great community organizer. Like, he holds it together. I am more like a phase and a force to reckon with. So as a team, we work so fucking well. You know, he's such a genius. He's such a genius in generating and executing ideas. He's such a genius. And I am such a genius also in the same field, but more in executing. Like, if I know say this thing you guys do, I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm just gonna get in front, you know. I'm just gonna get in front of the thing, and from shining and then being that, and just because, and how we're able to do that is because we share common experiences with people, and this common experiences, again, like the common experiences that we share with people in our community are not projected. They're thought of as the low-minded, like the poor, even though this is a shared experience. Okay, I just got mail and it's okay. So even despite the fact that this is a shared experience, people want to wish it away. So nobody's talking about it. So it makes anyone who is able to find the courage to be that and then project it 1 in a million. because it is real. It is a human experience. It applies to a lot of people. When you speak about it, people relate. People that have come out of it and now doing better will go back and remember that this was also blissful. Because the way we even talk about our community is not that we don't talk about it as lacking something. It is perfect in its reality. And that's what people see. Because a lot of people, when they project the African reality, it's like, oh, it's lacking in something. When we do it, it's not because we feel like it needs more. We're saying this is perfect. It is blissful. What we can do with this. And we've earned the right to want to be human. Whatever is applicable to humans out there. If we don't have it here and then we can get it, we're going to get it because we are worthy of it as well. And that's how we go about community organizing. And people see that, and there's always a force to reckon with. It's because we don't project the community as lacking something. We project all the valuable things, the humans who are willing to work, the dancers who would get out there and talk about a road that also applies to market women and the Okada riders and the bus drivers. You see now, we're dancers, but the thing that we're addressing as dancers also applies to the woman that comes out from market that doesn't want to get hit by a bus or wants to get a smooth ride or safe or fast movement to her house, but the bad road doesn't apply. It doesn't help her do that. So we go there, we bathe in the water, the dirty water that fills up the ditches in the road, and use dance to say our road is bad, and then the government comes and fixes it. Of course, people would see that it was these boys that danced there and put it on social media, and now government have come and do our road. You know, it's just community organizing. It's using this thing that is regarded as nothing, dance that we have, to do the most. And it's been working.
It's crazy, man.
It's not like the market woman cannot just carry a market and put in front of this. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know?
One more thing.
It's a lot. And we're just grateful.
Out of all those videos that you've appeared on, this is what I want to know personally. Which one do you hold? Which one do you hold above the rest? Because we've seen you on Burna Boys, we've seen you on Davido's, we've seen you on countless of them. In fact, if I start listening to them now, I'm supposed to write out everything.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So first off, I would have said the Burna Boy video. But the thing with that is I got casted as a major role for the shoots, right? I was supposed to be the guy that picked up the bag and was walking beside Burna to drop it when they burned it. But the shoots lapsed into 2 days. It was supposed to be a day's shoot, but they couldn't finish up. And the next day I had a shoot I was organizing myself, so I couldn't go there. And then I lost that role to the next best guy, my G, Francis. Great guy as well. Sammy did an absolute amazing job. I can't even lie. But in my opinion, the video that I would say is the most for me is the focalistic Davido. Because bruh,
hey, I know that video. One man, what's it called?
No, bro. So you see, just like that video, like if I had been on that Burna Boys monster you made, the way I was casted, yes, it would have been what it is. It would have been almost the same thing as what I got with the focalistic Davido. That video, this focalistic Davido video, put me out there so much. Like I was highlighted as a solo act. So even they accused me, say I show past Davido. Like it was that good, and the video went all over the world. You know, Davido being an A-list artist, you know, his music having traveled the world. These videos were played all over the world, MTV based. It means my face was projected all over the fucking world. Gee. More than the same thing with the Burna Boy video, and Burna Boy is now Grammy Award holder, that's a lot, bro. So, and my face is still in models that you made, very projected, as a very emotional delivery. I never do anything small, so you gotta see me.
As always.
You gotta know where it's in,
As always.
And that's what that also does for me, because anytime I put that video out there, it's one of the things I've done. It holds weight. It holds weight, not because it's Burna Boy, but also because of my part in it. You cannot deny the delivery. You can't.
Sure.
Not even in the
Sure.
vocalistic video as well. So it's these things that has put me out there. But then again, I can't be so proud that I don't. I mean, like I said, Davido is an A-list artist, and that music, that particular music, it flew. The video was amazing, and I mean, I just gotta say thanks to my guy, the video director for Twitch. That nigga, great guy, man. Because it was, I don't know Davido. Like people think I know Davido. That's how I got the video. Like I know, and a lot of times it's just the creatives that I know that know me as well. Pelix, Twitch, that direct videos and just call me. They know I do absolutely amazing delivery of character and all of that. And this okay, this guy come more fuck shit up together. And that's how I go this roles, and I fucked it up and then got projected the way that I did. And funny fact, right? I wasn't casted as the main character for the Davido video. I was just casted as one of the dancers. One of the dancers.
Crazy.
When they showed the fuck up, you can't deny it. They put it up there, man.
This nigga has to be in front.
This guy,
this nigga,
this guy, just a boss everywhere. and then that's it. That's just it. You know, went out, showed up, did my best every time. You know, not because it's a job, but because I understand that this is my craft, and however I'm projected, or however I project myself is how I'm going to be seen.
Yeah.
So to not take that for granted, to put in the work, to understand characterization, to understand the work I'll need to do, the energy I'll need to put into the work, what I want to project, how I want to project myself, what my brand stands for, the Africanness of it, you know, the rigid expression of emotion, and all of that. It speaks for itself. The work speaks for itself. And that's what hard work always does. You go see the results. You know, you know if you deny it.
For sure.
It's not like talent. Talent, you might doubt talent. You know, you're like, oh, it's so talented. But you see hard work. You can't deny it.
Definitely.
You can't deny it.
Great talk. Quick hitters before we go. I have just few questions, quick ones. What's your favorite brand? Your shoe brand? Sport apparel.
Oh, Nike, my man. Nike, bro. It's even written on my bio. You know, future Nike ambassador. Future Nike ambassador, my G. Like,
let them know.
They don't know. We gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
For sure.
It's sure as ice. It's sure as ice.
Your favorite meal? Go-to meal every time.
I used to say egusi soup, but that thing they made me purge these days. They made me purge.
Egusi make you purge.
But I still love it though. Oh no, I still love it. I don't think there's any other food I love like egusi soup. God, it's an abusive relationship. Even as they made me purge, I see the chop up guy. I love it too much. That abusive relationship. Yeah.
That's my head. Now, if you could spend a day with anyone in this world that can impact your career positively, who would that be?
In this life?
Yeah, in this world. Anyone
in this world.
If you could have the chance to spend a day with
man, that's a tough question, man. I would say Oprah.
Oh.
I would say Oprah. For many reasons. To learn. I mean, there's so much similarity. And also the way she owns up her femininity, the way she speaks truth, her connection to truth, and helping people put their truth out there. I mean, it was on her show that Megan and went to you know, talk about the hate they face in the royal family and all of that. And those kind of truths in any other platforms will be shut down, will be cut down due to power that these other people hold. And to manage that level of power and collective relativity is a lot of IQ in progress for a woman, because women are not allowed to be anything. And for a woman to hold that much space, it's just godlike. It's basically going through all of the obstacles and standing at that top and still maintaining it. It's a lot of information. I mean, it will be her. It will definitely be her. Because for a man, it's easy to be a man and to succeed, because a lot of the things society does for men is it allows our experience to be easy. It's a man, can just walk into space and demand for things. If a man tries to say another thing, can as a man, stand up, but a woman cannot stand up to a man. And many. I mean, for a woman, yeah, it's definitely Oprah, man. And definitely gonna sit with her and ask some difficult questions like, "What's up? Like, how you doing that?" You know, and whatnot.
One more before we go. Your favorite dance move.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite dance move?
Hey,
See how you think. Oh my god.
I would say Amapiano if that means anything. Say Amapiano, it doesn't mean any move in particular because Amapiano, the way these South Africans dance is so unorthodox. Even on it, like when they remove the leg and the shoulder will now move and the head will now start doing like this. Like you cannot expect it. It makes it so. When somebody goes, "Hey, go down again," he's doing his leg one kind. That's where this one coming from. That's why it's not Riaz now. And it's just beautiful. And it's I love it, bro. Like I'm trying to get into that vibe. If I can catch that vibe, I can catch that does that random just being yourself. It's very awkward. And it's so beautiful. Like you cannot watch it finish.
It's over for us. Once you catch the vibe, it's over for us.
Guy, oh my god, people are in trouble. People have entered wahala. Some don't bend their neck like this, do hand like this, do, and everything is to music. Do hand like this, do if what they think, what they go to your head? How you think they do? How? Nah, it will be that. It will be that. It will be the way South Africans move to beat, man. So Amapiano beat, it's intriguing, man. It's beautiful.
And then South African,
it's beautiful.
Fine ass ladies,
bro. I definitely want to go. I've never been, man. But I met some South African friends from the video that I told you that the documentary being made.
Yeah.
On contemporary and Afrobeat. Lagos life, all of that dance and yes, it's the relationship between dance and Afrobeat music. It's been a lot this past year. Yeah. I met some South African friends and they are saying they will bring me over. So in no time I'll see some South African nice. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Great one, man. Thank you so much, Hermes, for spending this time with us. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Blessings, my guy.
It's a pleasure.